Hello there. This is Cookies. I've got turn 36 of LA Erytheia, a game I subbed into, and we've got turn 2 of the war against Flagra, right? Turn 2 or turn 3? I forget. Um, it's been a couple of weeks since I've done recordings, and a lot has happened over the last couple of weeks, so we'll start catching up. We've got some hot and heavy action with Flagra, so let's dive into it. We have Flagra attacking us in Karnag. So we have a thugged out Cyclops Smith. Unfortunately, none of this kit helps his MR. And he's got... Okay. Oh, I remember this fight. Okay. So part of my issue here was he was deployed in the back. And these aren't sacred mages, so they don't... I think I have a Farcaster Bless. But they're just spamming Body Ethereal right now because... which is completely useless because this guy has a magic weapon. And their script is actually, I think one Body Ethereal and a bunch of Frozen Heart. Unfortunately, I gave them a full script of Frozen Heart. So they run through their whole script because they're out of range, and I should have... and I'll correct this after this fight, but they're not going to start doing their advancing cast until they run through all the pointless buffing that they can do, because they're too far away to do Frozen Heart. And then by the time they actually get up here to this guy, the PD is going to HP route the mages. So we actually get really close to killing him. Unfortunately, we're also high fatigue, so every time we do Frozen Heart, we fatigue out. Because they ran through that whole script. So I have a couple of big scripting errors this turn, and I'll dive into those. So we lose a mage there when we should have won this fight. And there's a lot of knock-on effects from this stuff. So we'll dive next into Pergamy, where we do a magic phase attack, and this was to try and cut retreat routes for the Flagrant army. Specifically back onto this fort. So we do some air elementals. Air shield and air elementals. There we go. That's a really expensive raid to do, because that's 6 air gems to Cloud Trapeze, and then each mage had 4. So it's 14 air gems to do that raid. Unfortunately for me, Encalados just... he had been stagnant for a couple of turns, but I guess he decided to fly back, maybe to get a new kit. And these guys are out of gems. Encalados is not going to be impressed by this. Although blindness would be kind of funny to hit him with. He does pass all those checks, though. Nine versus... Oh, alright, so that had virtually no chance of succeeding. Alright. And he's got 5 shock resist, so he didn't want to do lightning bolts. Okay. Okay, game. Alright, so those 2 mages are dead. But I'm not sure if that's good enough to stop movement. I'm not quite that far into the nitty-gritty of the mechanics. It just doesn't always come up for me. Although it's been coming up more because I do multiplayer. And I started doing multiplayer, I think the end of last year. But we've got Utgard and Man fighting it out in the mirror. So we have Utgard's whole army, including Scotty the Huntress, who is a hero. Pretty cool one. Fear effect, the regen. Daughter of Jotzi, which is the hero that you can get in early age. Maybe in late age, I don't know. We have the Prophet. It's the Pretender here. We have the Man Pretender. So over here we have a whole bunch of mages. Big old communion. So all the communion masters are at the front, which probably because he realized he was going to get magic dueled, is my guess. And so any masters that survived, he probably wanted to still have the communion boost from the slaves. So he put the slaves at the back. And then he's doing some point buffing on these wyverns and these warrior mages. He's got his big boar who can do stuff. So looks like a fairly well scripted army. We have luck here. Oh, I think they already did a whole bunch of magic duel spam. Oh, there it goes. So a lot of these masters just died. We have Foul Vapors and Hell. Run up by... Foul Vapors by Utgard. Hell by Man. Utgard may not care because they have the regen, so they can just walk through it. Foul Vapors, that is. Yeah, it's not on their bless. So, all these Wardens and Tower Guard. Yeah, the Blood Bond makes this tricky. The Meteors are really good at killing that, though. Because the damage will get shared out to the max. There's just so many of these Garm herdings. Yeah, you see like all the damage going around in that whole circle. Whew. But they're all regenning too, so spreading the damage out like that allows them all to regen back. Yeah, it didn't seem like too much got shared, like 7 or 8 damage. They seem to regen that. And the Tower Guard have broken. Now, this is a pretty big defeat for Man, but it's also kind of a Pyrrhic victory for Utgard. But Utgard's the one getting invaded, so I think they're fine with just... It seems like they're fine with just causing as much attrition as possible. Oh, the board gets off. 22 HP. Pretty lucky there. Okay. So... Alright, so we had 29 Sith Kona die. 25 Garms, because the Sith Kona either died to the Foul Vapors or the magic duels that they were doing. And then from Man's side, Man lost 23, 4, 5 mages. So similar number of mages, and then lost a ton of Tower Guard. But, I mean, the gold difference is pretty extraordinary. Like a similar amount of gold of Tower Guard would be probably a few hundred more Tower Guard than the Garm herdings. So, a super entertaining battle, but not really, definitely destructive to both sides. And in some ways for me, at this point in time, where I'm the subject of a 3-person coalition, I was kind of hoping Man would roll Utgard, and then they can invade Flagra and pull Flagra out of the alliance. because I was looking for allies, or maybe they could attack Man, or Ulm, not Man. Man could attack Ulm and pull Ulm out of the alliance. So, seeing this battle, and then hearing about a similar battle that got posted in the channel, I knew Man's efforts were going to have to be able to build a little bit longer focused, I guess. Like, it was going to take a few attempts to work down all these Garm herdings. So, that was unfortunate for me. And then in Karnag, we have our Enceladus killing force. But instead it finds this random Cyclops guy. Or no, this isn't the Enceladus one. This is just like a random trap. Like a Soul Slay trap. But because of our earlier scripting errors with the Frozen Heart stuff, we end up blowing a bunch of pearls on this Soul Slay trap just to kill this guy who should have already been dead. So it was another feels bad. See all this power of the spheres. So he gets paralyzed. There we go. Alright, so we kill him, and then Satis rolls into Faircliff. This is Satis and Patala are eating Bogaroos. And then Calum moves in on Joman, because he found out that... Or no, this is him trying to take the fort, but he didn't want to bring mages this time. So the birds are having to sit there getting shot with arrows while they try to kill samurai one at a time. And because of the... He didn't put them in multiple squads, so they wouldn't go to both. So, just a little bit of lazy scripting, probably because he thought it would just win, which I think is a fair assumption. But yeah, unfortunately they're just going to sit here and eat arrows until they run away. And they're having a really hard time killing these samurai archers. Because it's a 14 attack, 15 defense. And the samurai guys are... Sorry, I'm getting pinged like crazy on Discord. And the samurai guys are 9 attack. So that guy's wounded. Never mind. We got 13 attack, or 16 attack. No, that's the command. Someday I'll get the archers. There we go. Alright, so 13 attack katana and 10 defense. So these guys should be able to kill them, but they're kind of doing it slowly, and these other archers are just shooting them the whole time, and eventually they give up. So, unfortunate for Calum, but he's a good player. He'll figure it out. Alright. And then we have Pasture of Wisdom. The villagers congregating around the basalt statue. Gotta roll praying? Yeah. Creature beckoned your servant. Find an entity from the void to serve. Alright. I don't know. I forget how much more of this chain there is. Maybe you get some, like, cool, like, aberration type units. And then, horrors in this game. Let's see. And yeah, and then our scout gets killed. Nobody expects Cold Raga was discovered and attacked. And then we found an Arco scout. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at the map. Alright, so Arco moved in on Raga's throne here. Probably bullied him into giving up the throne. Maybe he was trying to get this fort, but I think Raga can defend. And Arco should probably be careful about pushing that Titan. I mean, if he does like a big Soul Slay communion or something, he could probably kill it, but Wrathful Skies would definitely be a scary end. And then we've got... So these guys used up all their freaking gems. So they have to go home and get new gems. So they're going to run back in here. I believe the nap countdown attack orders can be done this turn, I believe. So Arco can come and sit on this fort. You can see the thumb bonus here. Additionally, let me see. Nope, that's from the thing. You'll should be able to see the horror marks soon. Let's see. And then over here, so we're under siege here. Now, noticeably, we're not, I think we're just above halfway, or just below halfway. Was it 350, 375 is halfway? So we've got some troops here, not a lot, because we ran this fight where Flagra came in, fast casting hat on the god. There's a couple of these guys. Did we miss this one? We might have missed this one. But I forgot to move and patrol my Fel Vapors caster. I ended up switching which caster I wanted to do it with, which was I wanted to use the Naiad. And so I did all this sweaty scripting and then forgot the Fel Vapors caster. That was the whole point of the sweaty scripting. And alright, so we already had the knock-on effects from the poor Frozen Heart scripting that I had, where I ended up burning a bunch of pearls, and now I have 2 raiding forces that I have to reconstruct, or counter raiding groups. But additionally, instead of gassing this army and making it run away, or potentially severely degrading it so that my fort isn't getting sieged, or maybe he backs off, or maybe I can sign a peace with Flagra, instead he wipes out this whole army, and he's probably feeling really confident. And I have to commit more troops to essentially do the original plan of running the Foul Vapors trap, and I lose a bunch of mages. And now I can't use those troops and mages to fight Arco. So there's a lot of strategic ramifications to my screw up there. And here. So both of these raiding parties will not be ready. Well, the Frozen Heart just needs to get rescripted. So you'll see that I shorten it to just 2 and then advance and cast. No need to go crazy with it. This group is going to go back to this fort and be a garrison. But at best, this is like a medium raiding party. It's not going to be able to handle all this. Although I don't see mystics in the line. So yes, we have the god here, but we don't have a lot of mage support, it looks like. And then this is something I didn't notice when I was doing the turn, but there's a lot of Azure mages here. And so they're going to come move on this fort. Here's the Naiad that I was supposed to use. Feels bad. Oh, I forgot it has homesick. I probably need to move this Naiad back now that I think about it. Oh no. Hopefully I don't... Gosh, that'd be another dumb mistake, losing a Naiad like that. And then I go ahead and commit another dumb mistake here, where I gateway this guy over here, and I think we'll probably notice it next turn, but I'm going to try to teleport him somewhere underwater, and I'm just going to drown my god. So, between this mistake here, and this mistake here, and this mistake forces me to commit a bunch of these troops to this fight still, rather than rotating them over for Arco. Because if I had this army to fight Arco with, like, it's going to be rough, but I can do like a Foul Vapors trap. I might be able to kill an army, and then maybe I can like hold my ground defensively. But having to redo the trap here, and there's like terracotta stuff here. So I'm gonna have to win a straight up fight at some point here as well, not just do a foul vapors thing. So this is gonna require me to be here for a few turns because of that screw up, and then I'm not gonna be able to send troops to the Arco front. And then additionally, I'm leaving enough here to give me the option of doing my earthquake trap in these caves here. Because I believe earthquake does double damage in a cave. And so I think if I set up my earthquake trap with the rings of levitation, I think I just kill this whole army. Because there's, I mean, his mages are invisible, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure how many mages these two are going to be willing to commit when they think they can probably just roll me with normal troops. So, we'll see. But yeah, I think I could kill that whole army here. Unless he has, like, magic duel set up. So. And then, I could probably take those same... I could probably mount a defense here. Like, it would have to be another foul vapor trap, probably with one of these. And I don't know if he has... he does have nature on his communions through the fortune tellers, but I'm not sure if he has enchant 7 for Serpent's Blessing yet. My guess from the amount of fighting he's done is maybe not, but he does have a lot of forts to get mages from. So maybe. Maybe he got it in preparation for this war. And then, so yeah, the plan is foul vapors here, earthquake trap here. I'm summoning trolls here, and that'll give me one more turn to prepare. Because I'll need to... Well, I'm setting up the counter raiding over here. But I just lost a lot of mages here. So... yeah, I think I'm just trying to buy time. Yeah, just trying to buy one more turn by getting these trolls. And then a Troll King also offers up the opportunity to do a earthquake trap, if I want to be able to do that. Let's see, just trying to remember everything that I was doing here. So we are getting another Hesperide, and we're continuing to run north. So let's go ahead, and I think that's everything.